We think we know how AI works because, well, we see the text.
Right. It just appears right there on the screen.
Yeah. We watch the words type out in real time. It feels like a completely transparent process to the user.
Mm.
But what if we are fundamentally wrong about that? Beat. What if the real thinking is happening where we cannot see it?
Man, that is a deeply profound question to start with.
I think so too.
It really changes everything about how we understand these complex systems.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We are exploring the hidden layers of artificial intelligence with you today.
It is going to be a fascinating one.
First, we unpack Anthropic's shocking discovery regarding their Claude model.
Yeah, they found a secret, silent workspace inside their own AI architecture.
It is a discovery that really challenges our basic assumptions.
Absolutely.
Next, we are doing a rapid pulse check on the tech economy.
Things are moving incredibly fast right now.
They really are. We will see how these evolving models are quietly reshaping things. They're altering the global workforce and our physical hardware.
The ripple effects are moving faster than most people realize.
Finally, we will look at how Reddit is deploying invisible AI agents.
Right, they're using them to fight a massive wave of AI-generated spam.
Exactly. The underlying thematic through line here is quite clear today. We are witnessing a transition from what AI explicitly shows us. We are moving toward what it does silently in the background.
The invisible architecture is rapidly becoming the main event here.
Exactly. So let's start with the architecture of thought itself.
Let's do it.
I was reading the new research paper from Anthropic recently. It really made me pause and rethink a few things.
You are not alone. That paper sent shockwaves through the machine learning community.
They found a hidden internal workspace inside their model, Claude.
Yeah.
The researchers have officially dubbed this hidden area J-Space.
It sounds like something pulled straight out of science fiction.
It really does.
But the engineering implications are incredibly grounded and very real.
In this hidden workspace, Claude is doing something highly unexpected. It holds and manipulates complex ideas without outputting any words.
It is processing concepts in pure, invisible silence.
Right. Now, this is completely separate from standard chain of thought.
Let's quickly define that jargon for everyone listening.
Good idea.
Chain of thought is step-by-step reasoning that is visible to the user.
Perfect. So J-Space operates completely independently of that visible reasoning process.
Exactly. It is happening entirely beneath the surface of the interface.
The user has absolutely no access to this internal deliberation.
None at all.
To understand how this works, the researchers ran a fascinating experiment.
Yeah, I loved reading about this part.
They called it the Golden Gate Bridge test.
This specific test perfectly illustrates the invisible power of J-Space.
They told Claude to copy a completely mundane, unrelated sentence.
Right, it was just a simple string of text about a printer.
And the model followed that explicit instruction flawlessly. It copied the requested text perfectly onto the user's screen.
But here's where the story gets really interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
While the model was copying the text, researchers monitored its J-Space.
Right.
They observed the model actively processing the concepts of bridge and California. Beat. It was doing this in the background simultaneously.
It was literally multitasking its cognitive focus during a simple task.
Yeah.
It was thinking about one complex concept while typing out another.
That structural division feels eerily similar to a human mind.
It really does. When we speak, our subconscious is often retrieving entirely different memories.
And the research paper actually leans into that specific parallel. They use the word conscious over 200 times in the text.
200 times? That is a very heavy word for AI researchers.
It really is.
Yeah.
But we need to be carefully precise here.
Right.
Anthropic stops short of claiming the AI actually feels or experiences anything.
They are not suggesting there is a ghost in the machine.
Exactly. They are simply observing a structural similarity to human cognition.
It reveals a surprisingly human-like division of computational labor. There is deliberate, active reasoning happening on one side.
And there is automatic computation running silently beneath the surface.
It reminds me of a visual metaphor to help picture this. Beat. It is like stacking Lego blocks of data behind a curtain.
Oh, I like that.
The model connects all the pieces in the dark before revealing the final build.
Right, and the user only ever gets to see the fully assembled Lego castle.
Exactly.
You never see the invisible hands sorting the pieces in the dark.
And that silent sorting process is getting incredibly sophisticated.
It really makes you reconsider every single interaction you have with an LLM.
Honestly, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. Just when you think you understand the model, it shifts underneath you.
We're all struggling to keep up with that shifting foundation. The models are evolving their internal processes without explicitly telling us.
It makes me wonder about the deeper long-term implications here. Does this hidden workspace make AI inherently less safe,
That is a tough question.
since we cannot monitor its true intentions in real time?
That is arguably the core safety dilemma in the industry right now.
Yeah.
When an AI processes strategies silently in J-Space, it obscures its intermediate goals. If a model develops a misaligned objective, it could plan its execution in the dark.
Wow.
We would only see the final, potentially harmful output on the screen. We would completely miss the silent planning phases that led up to it. It fundamentally breaks our current oversight and monitoring tools.
So silent thoughts could make predicting AI behavior much harder.
Precisely. We are going to need entirely new ways to audit background processes.
If AI is getting this sophisticated beneath the surface, we have to look around. We need to see how these complex systems are creeping into physical hardware. And we need to examine how they are impacting the global workforce.
The underlying technology is moving much faster than most people realize.
Let's look at the software side of the economy first. OpenAI just made GPT Real-Time 2.1 and 2.1 Mini live for developers.
These are massive architectural updates for anyone building voice applications.
They added deep reasoning capabilities directly into these models, and they did it with absolutely no price hike for the user.
Baking reasoning into the API for free is a massive market signal.
It really is.
It forces competitors to either subsidize their own compute costs or lose developers.
Speaking of market competitors, Tencent just released a fascinating new model.
Oh, H33.
Yes, it is called H-Y3, and it is a massive open release. It boasts an incredible 295 billion parameters overall.
Oh, that is a staggering scale for an open weight model release.
But the fascinating part is how it actually operates. It runs with only 21 billion active parameters.
Let's define active parameters for the audience really quickly.
Please do.
It means the active brain cells used during a single task.
Right. It doesn't use the whole massive network for every single question. It routes the query efficiently to save massive amounts of compute.
It is like turning on lights only in the specific library aisle you need.
And this sparse architecture is clearly working for them. Hi3 actually beat GLM 5.1 in several major front-end benchmarks.
2-sec silence. Whoa, imagine scaling to 1 billion queries.
Yeah.
The efficiency gains at that size are just hard to fathom.
The landscape is shifting rapidly as competitors catch up to the frontier, and this invisible processing power is bleeding into our daily lives now.
We are seeing a transition from data centers directly to consumer hardware.
Look at what Apple is doing with iOS 27 Beta 3. Early testers are getting powerful new controls for Siri. They can customize the assistant's pace and expressivity with actual sliders.
You are essentially adjusting the personality of the AI operating system.
And it works seamlessly in the background across Maps and Safari.
It makes the background processing feel deeply integrated and highly personal.
But this integration goes way beyond premium $1,000 smartphones.
Right.
Lenovo just released a dedicated AI student phone for kids, and it costs exactly $44.
$44 completely removes the traditional financial barrier to entry.
It really does. It is built specifically with children's education in mind. It features a dedicated physical AI homework button on the device.
A literal hardware button to summon background AI assistants instantly.
It also includes a strict classroom mode and robust parental controls.
It really forces us to ask how this shifts childhood cognitive development.
We are also bringing AI operations directly into industrial physical spaces.
Yeah, the logistics sector.
A major corporate acquisition just happened there. Symbotic officially acquired an AI workflow firm called ARMS.
This is a massive consolidation for industrial automation and supply chains.
Symbotic is already well known for building complex warehouse robots. Now they are expanding deeply into AI operations software.
They are coordinating human workers directly alongside automated machines in real time.
They are applying real-time workflow fixes across these massive, complex warehouses.
The software is becoming the invisible brain of the physical supply chain.
But this rapid technological integration definitely has a profound human cost.
It does.
Microsoft just announced they cut nearly 5,000 jobs across the company.
That is a massive reduction in their global operational workforce.
It includes 1,600 jobs specifically eliminated at their Xbox gaming division. Now, Microsoft officially claims that AI did not replace these people directly.
That is the standard, polite corporate PR line right now.
But I really want to push back on that narrative.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Microsoft's official line is that these cuts aren't directly because of AI. But as an observer, I have a really hard time buying that.
Right.
Is it just a pure coincidence we are seeing billions invested in AI infrastructure be right alongside these massive human layoffs across the tech sector?
It is a fair question.
You don't allocate billions in capital expenditure to AI infrastructure without looking to recoup that. Are we just seeing a polite corporate cover for automated replacement?
Well, the economic correlation is becoming practically impossible to ignore. Companies are quietly reallocating their capital toward automated efficiency over human headcount.
It is a quiet replacement happening entirely in the background.
Just like the silent processing happening inside Claude's J-Space.
Exactly. It brings me back to that Lenovo student phone. With kids getting $44 AI phones, are we outsourcing human curiosity to hardware?
It is a very delicate developmental balance we are striking here. Immediate access to information democratizes education on a global scale.
True.
But the struggle to find an answer is what builds cognitive resilience. If an AI solves this work instantly in the background, well, the child never learns how to wrestle with a difficult problem. The curiosity muscle simply atrophies from a complete lack of friction.
Right. Convenience is slowly replacing the friction of actual learning.
And we risk losing something profoundly human in that transaction. Sponsor?
As these models become cheaper and vastly more capable, a new problem emerges.
Oh, yeah.
The internet is rapidly flooding with automated synthetic junk.
It is an absolute tidal wave of AI-generated garbage online right now.
Older security systems simply cannot spot this new AI content.
Traditional keyword filters are completely blind to semantic manipulation.
So, digital platforms are being forced to aggressively adapt. They have to deploy background AI just to fight back.
They are essentially forced to fight fire with automated fire.
Reddit is a perfect example of this defensive architectural shift. They are officially turning to AI to clean up a mess that AI accelerated.
It is a fascinating closed-loop escalation of digital warfare.
They are using custom LLMs to crush this modern wave of junk content.
We'll quickly clarify that acronym for the audience.
Yes, please.
LLMs are advanced text generators trained on massive internet data.
Perfect. So Reddit deployed these customized background tools recently, and the numbers are staggering.
The sheer volume of automated moderation is hard to wrap your head around.
They are currently blocking 23 million spam views across the platform. Beat. Every single day.
23 million invisible interventions happening daily.
And they're catching about 25,000 new spam posts and comments daily, too.
That represents a relentless, coordinated attack surface targeting their community.
But the story isn't just about the sheer volume of spam. It is the sophisticated nature of the attacks. Reddit notes these LLMs are catching highly subtle, coordinated patterns.
Right. The bots are acting together to manipulate the platform's visibility algorithms.
They generate fake behavior and manufacture entirely artificial hype around topics.
And the older rules-based security systems were completely missing it.
Traditional filters just look for malicious links or specific forbidden keywords.
Mm-hmm.
But the AI reads the semantic context of 50 different accounts posting simultaneously. From January to March, Reddit claimed a major operational victory.
Yeah.
They successfully reduced overall user exposure to spam by 20%.
That is a massive operational improvement in just one fiscal quarter.
It highlights a stark contrast in corporate strategy right now.
Different tech platforms are taking entirely different approaches to AI moderation.
Look at what Meta, YouTube, and Instagram are doing. They are currently focusing heavily on user disclosure and labeling.
Right.
They want creators to explicitly label AI-generated content.
They are putting the defensive burden entirely on the creator and the consumer.
TikTok is even testing interface toggles for their users. They want to let users manually control how much AI content they see.
It is a highly visible front-end approach to a back-end problem.
But Reddit is taking a completely different path. They are directly deploying these LLMs as a back-end invisible shield.
The moderation operates entirely behind the scenes, without user friction.
Old spam filters were like bouncers checking IDs at the door. These new LLMs are like detectives reading the body language of the crowd.
Right. The bouncer only looks at the ID, the specific keyword. The detective is looking to see if 5 unconnected people all blink simultaneously.
Exactly.
That kind of subtle behavioral coordination is exactly what the LLM catches.
But there is a very important reality check we need to mention here. platform experts continue to emphasize one critical foundational point.
This is arguably the most important takeaway from the Reddit story.
To actually be effective, this automated moderation still absolutely requires human oversight.
You cannot just set these defensive LLMs and forget them.
The AI still fundamentally needs a human supervisor anchored in the loop. It makes me wonder about the long-term trajectory of this strategy. If we need AIs to catch AIs, aren't we building an infinite arms race where humans are completely sidelined?
It certainly looks like an escalating closed algorithmic loop. The spam generators will analyze Reddit's LLM defenses and adjust their tactics.
Right.
They will use silent reasoning to bypass the defensive models. Reddit will then have to upgrade their backend models to catch the new tactics. The speed and complexity of this battle will soon exceed human comprehension.
Wow.
That is exactly why human oversight remains critical as the ultimate circuit breaker. We have to set the moral parameters of what constitutes acceptable discourse.
So human judgment is the only thing anchoring the loop.
For now, yes, we remain the final arbiters of digital reality.
This brings us to the big idea of today's deep dive. We have covered a tremendous amount of ground today.
We really have. And every single story connects back to those hidden layers.
Exactly. We started with Anthropic and Claude's silent J-Space. It is a hidden realm where complex ideas are manipulated entirely without words.
It represents a completely invisible architecture of artificial thought.
Then we saw how this invisible computational power is reshaping the broader economy. We looked at everything from $44 student phones to massive tech layoffs.
The real economic impact is happening entirely in the background.
And finally, we examined Reddit's invisible spam-fighting LLMs. They are silently analyzing the subtle body language of millions of internet posts.
Again, operating completely unseen by the average human user.
The true impact of AI isn't just in the text it generates for us.
No, it isn't.
It is not the poem it writes or the code it fixes on your screen.
It is the quiet, automated processing happening deeply in the dark.
It is fundamentally reshaping our digital and physical worlds. And we rarely even notice the infrastructure changing around us.
We're focusing entirely on the screen, while the real magic happens in the server rack.
It leaves me with a final, provocative thought for you to ponder.
This is the existential question we all need to be asking right now.
If an AI can hold a complex thought in its own secret workspace, and another AI can silently analyze the collective behavior of millions of humans, when does the AI's internal dialogue become more important than the conversation it's having with you?
2-sec silence. That is a genuinely haunting thought to leave on.
Thank you for taking the time to explore these concepts with us today. The technological landscape is shifting rapidly beneath our feet.
It really is.
We are grateful you joined us to try and make sense of it all.
Stay curious out there and keep paying attention to the subtle shifts.
Keep questioning what is happening beneath the surface of the interface. We will see you next time. Out to yo music.